Hello and welcome back to the Five Back Podcast. Now, you may notice something different about this episode. New studio, ladies and gentlemen.
New studio.
New studio. I am joined this week by Jarrett and T-Cat. Boys, what are the thoughts on the new stew?
Just want to say a quick thank you to Jen and Paul for making this happen.
Yep. I posted on the story, exciting changes coming to the pod. This is it. We are now our own studio, our own Five Back studio. I have to say thank you to Dan Mellon and the wonderful people at Algonquin College for letting us use their studio for the first 12 episodes. But new year, new studio for the Five Back.
I think we should name this the Matt Furlan Event Center.
The Matt Furlan Event Center.
Well,
I like it.
Just kidding.
fuck you, Matt.
So, boys, the January transfer window is open, and that's really going to be our talking point
This is a good muffin.
for this week's pod.
Blueberry or fruit explosion?
Did you take that from upstairs?
No,
No.
my boss bought it. Bought donut muffins.
Timmy's?
It looks like fruit. No, I think it might be blueberry.
No, that's blueberry.
Yeah. There's only one color.
Is it blue?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with its blueberry.
Blue purple.
Yeah, that's blueberry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we get into the transfer window, we just want to start this episode off with a little tribute, if you will, to Mr. Pele, who unfortunately passed away over the week, or I guess last week, at the age of 82. Definitely one of the greats. None of us saw us play, but Jared, did Pete say anything about this?
I mean, literally during the World Cup final, my dad called Pele the greatest player of all time.
Confirmed then.
And then
I
he
trust Pete.
proceeded
I
to
trust
put
Pete.
Zidane second.
Oh, okay.
So,
Not Maradona?
So,
nope. Was Zidane.
well, obviously Pele, one of the founding fathers of the beautiful game, as we call it now, and for only player to ever win 3 World Cups, and he had 1,281 goals in 1,363 games. Which, yes, asterisks.
It seemed to change a lot over the years. How many
we
goals he scored.
we don't know if that's entirely
So-
true.
But we are not going to speak ill
The great
of him.
debate with Pele is he never played in Europe.
Yeah.
Now, I actually did some research last night because I watched a TikTok and I saw some people like talking about it. At the time he played, like Brazil was a powerhouse, right?
Yeah.
Like nationally, like they were winning how many World Cups and everything. All the best players in the world really played in the Brazil.
In
league.
Brazil?
Yeah, in
back
South
then?
America.
Yeah, like Europe wasn't really like
They
it
didn't
was-
have their-
It was a good they're good leagues, but they weren't like
Not like today.
like today. It's like if you want to be great, you have to play in the Prem.
Europe.
pretty
Well,
much.
Europe's where you want to be. You know, we've seen that with people like
Messi needs to play in the Prem.
we've seen that with people like
be ahead of Ronaldo.
with Jonathan David instead of David rising up through like the MLS.
Yeah.
He left at a very young age to go to Genk. We see that with people like Alistair Johnston now leaving, a big role at Montreal, and now is
like the Brazil league now is like
Celtic.
a stepping stone,
yeah.
right? Like Endrick, the guy Chelsea signed.
Yeah, we're gonna get on to him later. I
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, but
all the
Andre
players-
Santos or something,
something like that. Yeah,
All the
apparently
players
it's good.
coming through the Santos Academy, going out. To
I mean,
Brazil,
Rodrigo,
Neymar.
Vinicius,
Yeah,
Neymar.
out to England. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, everything.
But like I read back then that was kind of
that was a spot to
like,
be. Yeah.
they had like like
Garnacho
Garincha
or Garincho. Sorry, Garnacho. I meant Garincha.
well, like and because I did Jarzinho, I
Yeah.
did his SBC card. I was reading his icon profile. He made his start because Garincha got hurt. So
There you go.
interesting fact.
So obviously the World Cup.
But yes, we are
sorry.
with you, all of Brazil.
Yes. Rest in peace, Pele. But
Rest
the
in
World
peace,
Cup
Pele.
has come to an end. And there's been some pretty drastic price rises through because of the World Cup. So I just have a quick thing here. This is the players who have risen the most in transfer value since the World Cup. At top, we see Jude Bellingham going from 106 million to 116 million. This is all in dollars. Tushinenmi, a big jump. Gvardiol, huge jump. Gapco, another huge jump. Fernandez, probably the biggest jump there from 37 to 58. Alvarez, another big jump. McAllister, surprisingly a big jump. Muani,
Fucking legend.
a small jump. Ramos, we don't talk about it on the pod. And
I
then
won't bring it up today, Paul.
this Andeze Uwani went from 3 mil to 15 mil, which is a pretty big jump. I don't. I think that's the guy from Morocco, I think. But is there anyone on this list that really surprises you, like with the number?
I mean, they all had good tournaments, so
Yeah.
I just think Enzo Fernandez should never be sold for. Like,
120 mil.
no one should ever buy him for 120 million.
We're gonna talk.
I-
So the deals,
I'm surprised that Gakpo is
Like I
that
want him
low.
at Man U, but Chelsea, go ahead.
like Enzo, like so, and the Enzo Fernandez deals in talks with Chelsea right now for 120 mil. It's not confirmed yet. So I want to save that till next week. But Jared, I'm definitely in agreement with you. If you were to buy any one of these players out of Bellingham, Tchouameni, Vardio, Gapco, Fernandez, Alvarez, McAllister, Muani, Ramos, or Uwani, I want to say, for your team right now, who would it be?
Kolo Muani.
No,
We need a striker.
I would go Jude.
We need a striker and
We
he's-
need some midfield, and he can control the game so well.
I think it's definitely Jude Bellingham.
It's hard to pass up on Jude if you put him in there.
But
We
little
need a striker, and he's only 40 million. Not bad. And young.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd call him one. He definitely
Or
would,
Vardiol.
Yeah, Vardio as well. I mean,
Even
Colombo.
at that price, I think it's still.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to go for that. But that's just his thing. But Colomboani definitely had a good World Cup. Obviously, that one miss in the final, but good save. It
That's
was
a
a good
good-
save.
Because he connected to that shot.
Yeah. So now we're just gonna go over some transfers that have happened so far. The big ones that are confirmed. First one we have Gapco to Liverpool. So none of us saw this coming. I thought he was going Newcastle or I thought he was going United, but Liverpool have got him for 37 million fixed fees plus I'm assuming a shit ton of add-ons because that's very cheap
If not
for someone we just seen who's valued 63 mil. But I don't think any of us saw this coming.
No.
Like I was locked in. He's
And
going United
that
or
low,
Newcastle.
too. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like they need to add a shit ton on to make it.
I'm guessing there's definitely a lot of add-ons. But
There
It's
has to be.
it's like 12 or something million.
yeah, but your thoughts on the deal? Do you think they missed out, Jared? Obviously, since United
I
are
think
in, do you think
every
Oh,
team
yeah.
missed
do you think
out.
United really missed the trick with this?
Yeah, Eric Ten Hag's probably fucking livid.
Yeah, they
He
didn't
has-
get it.
He has to be. 'Cause he's been wanting him since the summer, he said.
Yeah.
They couldn't pull it out.
It's a shame. So how does this make Liverpool's front three line up now? If you're Liverpool, what do you say? Obviously, you have Diaz, Jota, Firmino, Nunez, Salah. Now, pick your front three now.
I feel like when Diaz comes back, Nunez is going to be sitting.
So who are you gonna put through the middle? With all those forwards, you're gonna put Gapco in. So name your ideal front three.
Diaz, Gakpo, Salah.
Diaz, Gakpo, no Jota,
Look at Diaz, man, when he plays.
or Bobby. T-Cat.
I don't know. Because I like Darwin Núñez. Like, when he gets on fire, I think it's going to be hard to stop him, but it's just getting him to that next level. So I think once he gets there, it'll definitely be a Salah, Núñez, Gakpo front three.
Yeah.
Or even have one in behind as, like, the cam.
Yeah, I'm definitely inclined to agree on that. I think
Yeah, I think Darwin could
I think
definitely definitely has a bright future.
yeah.
But he just has to get there.
Darwin has the
Just
most
needs to build some confidence. Right now.
has the most the most highly rated missed chances this year.
Yeah, he just needs to build some confidence.
I think it's like 15, but right now I think I would go Diaz, Gakpo, Salah as well. I think Jota's a really underrated piece in that front
Yeah.
three. Personally, I really like Jota. I think he brings a lot.
Oh, I like him too, but it's just when Diaz was
Yeah.
that guy is so good.
Yeah.
He's obviously injured.
Yeah, but
I don't know when he's coming back, but
That's the other thing that's
I
going to
feel like
let
it's soon.
all three, like Gakpo, Salah, and
Yeah.
Núñez
He's been out a
play
while
yeah,
though.
yeah, he's been out since
He's
like
been out, like,
I
2
want to
months.
say October,
Yeah.
even maybe September. But Gakpo this year had 12 goals and 14 assists in 19 games for PSV. So they are bringing over definitely. I don't want to say proven because in the Eredivisie, but
A
someone
player who has an impact.
exactly,
on
and especially in the
his
World
team.
Cup, you saw
Yeah, he-
carried that team. But I've seen a lot of debate now online since obviously he went to their rivals, Gakpo or Antony. Who are you taking?
Anthony.
I think they definitely offer two way different things,
Yeah,
but
two
Yeah,
different
no.
styles.
Price
of play.
tag, Gakpo.
yeah.
Better deal,
Yeah,
Gakpo.
yeah.
Better player, don't know.
I think Gakpo is definitely more of
Right
a
now, probably Gakpo.
Yeah.
Gakpo right now. I'll say right now Gakpo. He's definitely more direct. Can finish. I think he definitely can finish better. Except Anthony did have that one nice finish from outside the box there, but
Anthony's still like
he's flary. He's very flary.
he does create.
Yeah.
Like down that wing, he's a threat. He's
Yeah.
just maybe,
He's kind of like
he's
Darwin
just-
Núñez
I don't
right
think
now.
he's really. Yeah, like
They need to come into
Gakpo's
their
more
own
of a
first.
more of a finisher type winger, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, just to stay on United for a bit, are we seeing the resurgence of Rashford right now? Is he gonna get back to his best? Because he's playing out of his
I think
skin
so.
right now.
I think so.
Think about
like,
bringing him in
I
FPL.
think like without Ronaldo not being there, he's like now he's just our man, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we've also seen good performances from Tony Martial recently too, which has been
He
surprising.
didn't play good on the weekend. But
He didn't play good on the weekend.
No.
Well, I mean, I know the game before that he didn't play too bad at all. But
he played. Yeah, he played good against who was that?
not Wolves.
Yeah,
The one
no
before that.
It was like Brentford or something.
I can pull that up.
No, it wasn't Brentford.
Oh, you're pulling up the lists, eh?
Nottingham.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shitters.
well, hey, we tied them. Then our next transfer here is we have Mateus Cunha to Wolves. Now this Mateus Cunha is 23 years old. This one's on a loan with an obligation to buy for 50 mil. Wolves really needed a striker. They signed Diego Costa. He looked like absolute shit. Like I think in Brazil they
He's
might have
old.
strapped bricks to his feet, but I mean he did not pan out. Kalazadic, I want to say was his name.
Yeah, he's
Tore his ACL in the first game. Yeah, tore his ACL. So, I mean, it's a big fee, but I think he seems like a talented player. I think I have some stats here. He had 7 goals and 8 assists in 54 games for Atletico, though a majority of those appearances are coming from the bench. But before that, he had good showings at Hertha in the Bundesliga and then in the Swiss league where he made his name for SC Sion. But just your thoughts on this transfer?
I don't really go off Atletico Madrid player stats because
Yeah.
they just play fucking absolutely so defensive. Like
It's
if
hard
you're
to
an
tell
attacking
how.
player, it's just so hard to create. There's
Yeah.
just like counterattack. All the
Yeah,
time.
it's really hard
Yeah.
to see how good their forwards are when they play so back. It's kind of boring to watch, to be honest.
But I mean, he's still pretty young and
Yeah, he's got
He's-
tons of time.
he's shown himself in the Bundesliga. So
Yeah, I mean, it definitely fills a hole, a massive hole that was left
Yeah.
there. I mean, Raul Jimenez, he has not looked the same since he broke his skull.
No. Dude,
So,
I don't think anyone would be though.
Yeah.
I remember a couple years back, he was like
he was good.
He was like the man.
He was really good. Yeah, he was really definitely one of the most underrated strikers in the Prem, probably.
Yeah.
Like he was like the Ivan Toney before Ivan Toney, and
Yeah.
then obviously he broke his skull. But yeah, Cunha. I don't know if this is gonna go
Could
well
work
or not. I said last
Who
episode.
knows if they pay the fee though?
Yeah, I mean, I
Mm.
said last episode I don't see him doing very well in the Prem, but maybe he'll surprise me. I mean, Wolves need to get out of the. I think Wolves are actually in the relegation zone right now, so I mean, it's good to see that they're not afraid to spend. But let me just look at the standings here. Yeah, Wolves are 19th below Forest with I want to say 3 wins, 10 losses.
Look at 4.
So they definitely need.
Go to the top 4.
We'll
yeah.
Next week we're gonna have a little chat about Arsenal, but Chelsea. Now moving on to Chelsea. Chelsea made a bunch of signings. The one I don't have on here is Datro Fofana, but I saw a thing saying he has more goals than Haaland had in the in the friggin' Norway league there from old. So I mean,
Next Holland.
Hasn't he been there longer though?
No, I think it was the same. I think it was 25 games. They
Oh.
both were there, but I mean, I'll take it if he's gonna follow. I mean, at least anywhere near Holland.
if he can be the next Drogba.
That's what I'm thinking. Listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Okay, yeah, here it is. So at Mold, 65 games for Fofana, 24 goals, 10 assists. Holland 50 games, 20 goals, 6 assists. So
What's the age?
I think Holland was definitely
younger, eh?
yeah. I think because because Fofana's 18, so
Okay.
I guess maybe they were the
He
same.
looks like he's about 20.
Are we sure he's 18?
Yes, I'm sure he's 18. Yeah. But like I haven't seen much of him, but I think we might have just signed Drogba regen. If he takes number 11 at Chelsea, I think we break our number 9 curse. That's all I'm gonna say.
I hope he takes 9.
No, Aubameyang has that, and we're seeing how that's going. Not well. So Todd Bowley
Aubameyang
is
really fell off, eh?
Aubameyang
Yeah.
or Chelsea in general.
No, Aubameyang at Dortmund was nuts.
I know. Well, he's good at Arsenal.
Mm.
Well,
He
in the
wasn't
early
his
early
Dortmund,
stages,
like
early
First-
stage.
First season.
Don't get recency biased. He was pretty good at Arsenal, and
He was
then
like first 2 seasons. He was actually kind of gross when they played him on the wing.
yeah, and then Barcelona, he wasn't bad. Like his goals to game ratio was not bad, but he wasn't there very long. But Todd
No,
Bowley.
but Aubameyang Dortmund, man's was like 88 rated on fucking FIFA.
Todd Bowley is believed to have said he wants to make a team of players full of under 25. He wants a team full of players under 25, and we're seeing that with his transfer business so far. Obviously, Fofana, we're in for Fernandes. But now we have this 18-year-old Brazilian center mid, Andre Santos. We're signing from Vasco da Gama. Fee is $12.5 million plus add-ons. Won't add up to anything more than 20. Has 8 goals in 34 games in the Brazilian Serie B. Obviously, this is another guy I know nothing about. But I've seen a lot of reports saying Chelsea stole him for $12 million. Like this was an absolute steal. I believe he's 18 as well. I think that's what I just said. I don't know. Oh yeah, 18 as well. But I mean, we definitely need and needed midfielders. So that's good to see. If he comes good at all. I think Fabrizio said something about it being a steal, but we'll have to see. But I mean, hopefully one for the future. This might be like a career mode one that you let sit in the academy and he comes good randomly after a couple loans. But I mean,
I heard he's like put in the team now type of player.
Really
Low-key.
at 18. So over the summer we signed obviously Chukwuemeka, young midfielder. We've signed a guy from Inter called Casady. I want to say that's how you pronounce it. Also 18 years old or around that age. So I mean, we're really seeing this whole.
Did you sign a center back too? A young center back?
No, I don't remember.
Or maybe I'm thinking of that guy.
But
I thought it was like an Italian or something.
no, that might be Casady because we signed him, but he's a midfielder. But this whole thing of a team full of under 25 players, do you honestly think like it can work in this Prem we're seeing now, and do you think it's a good idea?
Well,
I think if you have the right
if
ones under 25, it could work.
like if he brings Santos in and then he's grows and then he's 20, he's good and then he's 26 and he trades him? No.
Like sells him?
Yeah, just because he hit that age.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah. This is some real FIFA career mode stuff
Yeah.
right here.
But I mean, yeah, if you build this team a couple years, I feel like they'll
Don't just sell them as soon as they hit
Yeah, I feel
26.
like in a
But
couple years,
Yeah.
I think they'll be good.
you think it'll work? I mean, we have so many players right now. We need to offload them.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea.
I mean, you need a bit of veteran
experience. Yeah.
Exactly.
veteran in the squad.
Yeah.
Like Thiago Silva is good.
Yeah. Well, he's disgusting. He's 37. But would you like United to follow the same transfer idea of like you go only for young players and not people like Casemiro?
No, like half and half.
Yeah.
Not all.
Personally,
Because like Casemiro, look what he's done to our team right now.
Yeah. I like
You
this
bring a player
idea.
that's proven himself.
Yeah, that's why I was just about to say that. I like this idea of young players, but sometimes you just need the proven players. But I don't even know how we're still in financial fair play. Like, we need to sell a boatload of players in January.
Yeah, and you want to bring in Fernandez, like
Yeah, for 120 mil. Like, we haven't sold anyone,
yeah.
but we have so many midfield. Like, we bring in
You have,
Fernandez.
like, built up money from your fucking transfer
Like,
ban or something.
we're gonna bring in Fernandez. We're gonna have Jorginho, Gallagher, Mount, Havertz, Fernandez, and Kunku. Did I already say Kovacic, Chukwuemeka, Casady, Santos? Like, and I know I'm missing some too.
I think you should sell Jorginho.
Yeah, yes, he needs to go. I think Newcastle interested. Get him out. We also need to bring in a right back so bad, but again, we're gonna say that for next week's episode where we're gonna go over who we think we should bring in. Again, sorry for this episode being
Yeah,
late.
Reece James. Holy fuck. Fucking
Injury
Band-Aid.
man.
Yeah, but Brazilian media is saying that was a steal for
You just wanna
Chelsea.
talk about it.
The comps on YouTube of this guy look pretty nutty, of Santos. But now moving on to another Chelsea signing, Benoit Badiashile. Chelsea have signed 21-year-old left-footed center back Benoit Badiashile from Monaco. So we definitely need a defense boost, and well, it's safe to say we're getting one. So before the World Cup, we were really pushing for Gvardiol. He balled the fuck out. He was way over our price range. They wanted like 100 mil for him. So we're getting Badiashile, 38 mil plus add-ons. I mean, another French center back. As long as he's not as injury prone as Fofana, I like it.
I mean, he's got a big ass head, so he's gonna be good on.
Maybe it'll be
corners
like a
and shit.
slap head.
Literally. No,
yeah,
but I've heard that he's
yeah.
gonna be good.
He has two goals in 11 games. So I mean, that big ass head's coming good.
Yeah, exactly.
But we can look at some of his stats here.
I heard he's kind of a tank at the back.
I mean, he has 3.6 clearance, 3.66 clearances per 90. I mean, this is really what we're looking at.
Speaks for the head.
Aerial's one. Aerial's one. This speaks for the head. 2.6 per 90. That's in the 77th
Good
percentile.
passing at the back.
Yeah. I mean, pass completion rate 86.5%
Well,
per
he has
90.
progressive passes. Like
Yeah.
that's passes up the field.
Yeah, I mean 94 percentile, which is with 3.8. I mean, he looks good overall. There's some worrying ones like tackles per 90 at 1.24 is a little too low.
Thiago Silva will work on that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we're getting a pretty solid center back. We definitely need that. Thiago Silva's way too old. I've seen a bunch of people talking on Twitter about Koulibaly not being good, but personally, I think that the Chelsea fan base is just so reactionary. Like, people want Trevor Chalobah to start with Koulibaly, which Chalobah's good, but I don't think Koulibaly's been that bad.
No, I don't.
But Thiago Silva
bad.
can't play 30 games plus cups. Sorry for the dog. 30 games plus cups every season. You know what I mean? He's 37-year-old. We're gonna break him.
Yeah, let's go back to Algonquin.
No dog at
No
Gonk.
dog at the Gonk.
But yeah, I mean, yeah,
Amazing going wild.
we're really boosting the back line there. So good to see. Now possibly on to
I saw that.
to the biggest transfer news. Ronaldo is gone to the MBS Pro League, ladies and gentlemen. He is at Al Nassr. We have a bunch of stuff on this. Ronaldo has agreed a deal with Al Nassr of MBS Pro League, which is in Saudi Arabia, to June 2025. The deal is worth $90 million a year. So Ronaldo will bring $90 million a year in before the commercial deals and sponsorships that have already been secured. With those, he'll be making $200 million a year. That's the biggest sporting contract in the world. Wow. 200 million. What are you doing with 200 mil a year? Like,
I don't know.
seriously.
Buy the crib.
Like they once said, boats and hoes.
Like,
No.
T-Cat's going to Greek and fucking drinking Greek fucking
Wine.
vodka and titties. Dragon titties.
So I actually have
Yeah. No, I'm not on Game of Thrones like Connor.
I actually have a breakdown of Ronaldo's salary. So 200 million a year, 16.66666666 per month. That's a little worrying. 3.8 million a week, 500K a day, 22K an hour, $380 a minute, and $6.34
Well, that's in pounds
just,
too.
Just compare
Or
the
euros.
$6.34
That's
per second.
euros.
Second.
just compare the per hour rate to like what we make right now per hour.
Look at per minute.
So what,
Look
you
at
make-
per minute.
you
I
make
know, I'm just
you make
saying.
$23 an hour. Ronaldo makes what, 1,000 times that at 22 friggin'.
I want to do
Fuck.
euro
1,000?
to Canadian dollar.
Yeah, do 22,000 euro. Oh no, do 380 euros to Canadian dollar. 380. We'll see how much he's making per minute in Canadian dollar.
I mean, I don't blame him.
So which one do you want me to do? 380?
Yeah.
He's making $550 per minute, Canadian,
Jesus Christ.
and then 200 euros.
Jesus Christ. Do you think that this move shows a lack of ambition? I mean, we have friggin' Messi winning the World Cup, and now Ronaldo's going to play in the Saudi League. Jared, I want your thoughts.
I mean, at this point, who gives a fuck? Look how much he's making. He's 37 years old. Go get your
Well,
bag.
you bring that up. That's actually
Go get your bag.
that's
man.
actually interesting that you brought that up. Because
Fuck.
I have a little video here. Hopefully, it can play. But let's see. Listen to this. It's a video from the Piers Morgan interview. So he's basically saying, so basically Piers Morgan asked Ronaldo, he said, obviously this isn't about the money. This was 2 months ago, or even last month. Obviously it's not about the money. If it was about the money, you'd be in Saudi Arabia. And then Ronaldo said, no, you're right. I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia because I believe I can still score goals at the highest level. Where we go back to 2 days ago, we now see Ronaldo signed with Al Nassr. So
Interesting to me.
I don't know. I also think, like, the teams in Europe that wanted him may have not been, like, who he wanted, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Because, like, I think he wanted to go back to Real Madrid. And
That's what
I
I was
heard
saying
they
a
were
while ago.
considering, but, like,
yeah. Well, there's also this.
he probably didn't want to take a pay cut. That's the thing.
Well, I thought. Yeah, you just said it wasn't about the money, though. In that video, he just
Okay,
said it wasn't
I-
about the money.
also, I
No,
don't
but
think
when you're, like, that good and you take, like, pennies to compare to what you're making, I don't know. At some point, you gotta still, like...
Yeah, but he's already got the fucking bag.
That's what I'm
like,
saying, bro.
Yeah.
He doesn't need.
He can make
any more
400
money.
million off of one Instagram post. Like, I just think that's I think it's such a shit move. It's such a lack of ambition. Like, I think this, if anything, this
I
even
think that's him admitting
this
defeat,
vacuum
kind of.
seals that Messi's the GOAT. It vacuum seals it. But there's a report coming out here that Ronaldo's already causing trouble in the dressing room. He hasn't even landed yet. We have
Fuck off, actually.
we have this this coming. So this guy right here was the number 7 at Al Nassr. Didn't want to give up his number to Ronaldo, so the club terminated his contract. So yeah, that's a little bit of I guess
Guy
funny.
should fucking switch numbers.
Yeah.
I
A
guess.
little
fuck
funny.
with Ronaldo.
He didn't really want he really didn't want to switch it, so Al Nassr said, "Yeah, you're gone, buddy."
He's probably some shitter.
But something that really interesting came out today. This is a report from Marca. There's a hidden clause in Ronaldo's contract that will let him go to Newcastle if they qualify for the Champions League. So Newcastle and Al Nassr are owned by the Saudi Arabia state, which would allow him
Exactly, bro.
which
He's
would
going to their
allow
farm
him-
team.
which would allow him to go out on loan to Newcastle if they make the Champions League. Now, this is just reports. It's coming from Marca. It's a pretty reputable magazine. But
So since they own both teams, he can just
It's like a
flip.
farm
He can
team.
flip flop between them.
Bro's got a 2-way contract.
he can go out on loan as they are owned by the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. So, yes. So, he still could have a chance to we still could see him
Bro.
in the Prem or in the Champions League.
Imagine Newcastle qualified Champions League next year. 38 years old, he fucking wins the Champions
Yeah.
League for Newcastle. He'd be the GOAT.
I want them to bring him for a game against United. Like Newcastle against United.
He'd get applaud. He'd get an applause.
You think so?
You think they're singing Viva Ronaldo?
Yeah.
If the club's sold by them, if the Glazers sell the club by then, yes, he gets Viva
Yeah.
Ronaldo. But
I don't know.
what are your thoughts on this clause? Could we see it? Could we
That's
see it?
snaky, but I like it.
That's
Like-
a dub, bro.
Could we see him
That's
in a
fucking
Newcastle
sick.
kit?
I hope. I'd buy that.
I mean,
buy
I thought that
kit.
was pretty cool. This just came out.
Jersey local.
This came out literally today, but I mean, wow, that's like, wow.
That's very smart.
So now we're gonna go on to something special. I took the time yesterday. I created a Kahoot, and what the boys are gonna do is
I got a paw.
we're gonna rank failed, quote unquote, failed transfers. Now, I have each of the I have 4 categories we can put each transfer to, and I have some stats written down here. So I'm gonna read you a player, and then you guys are gonna put them into a category, and we're gonna discuss each one on which category they should be in. So I'm just gonna wait here for the boys to join up, and
Fuck, I don't remember the pins being that long in high school.
we're gonna rate some failed transfers, if you will. As Jarrett types in the pin, which I guess takes forever.
No. Don't do it.
She doesn't watch the pod.
I'm gonna remind you to behave yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So, our first transfer, if this works,
No cheating off.
here we go. Again.
Wait, I didn't hear the rules.
So a transfer is gonna come up, and we're gonna choose what categories to put him in. So our first transfer is Timo Werner's $53 million move to Chelsea. Now, is this transfer Lukaku level? Let's forget this transfer ever happened. It was a complete bust or didn't work out, but the potential is still there for Werner to come good. Now, Werner had 23 goals.
So this isn't a competition.
No, this is just we're just
This is
gonna
like opinions.
Exactly. Werner had 23 goals and 21 assists in 89 appearances. 23 goals, 21 assists, and 89 appearances for Chelsea. You guys both said, let's forget this ever happened. How come?
He had so many more chances to score.
Yeah.
The motherfucker would miss the wide open net. Like
He was Darwin Nunez before.
before.
Darwin Nunez.
Exactly.
So
It's almost like I should have picked didn't work out.
but
But
the
like,
potential
you're
still
so gross at
Leipzig
It's like,
came
let's just forget he ever came
at
to
Chelsea.
Chelsea and just continue.
Yeah.
Because now he's back at Leipzig doing well. So yeah.
exactly.
But I mean, I think you look at the numbers: 23 goals, 21 assists, and 89 appearances. That's
It's
all.
actually not bad.
That's all competition.
But if we count the chances he had, bro,
Yeah, and
it's
missed.
like
Exactly.
1,000.
That's what I'm doing
Yeah.
off of. Like he had so many.
Probably had 100
times.
open nets.
Yeah, that we don't have
Just
that.
fucking sky.
We don't have that stat on here, but I mean, the numbers are pretty like better than you would think they would be.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's move on to our
His
next.
voice is really annoying.
I like to play a lot of Fortnite.
What is this?
Let's go into the next one here. Oh, look, you guys. the next one, we have Jadon Sancho's $85 million move plus add-ons to Man United. Now, this one is Lukaku level. Forget this ever happened. Bust, overpaid, but potential still there. Now, Sancho has 8 goals and 4 assists in 52 games for Man United.
I put bust.
I think that this is a bust. Jarrett, you put overpay, but potential is still there. Blood is not even with the team no more. Like he's not.
He's back.
Oh, okay, but he was gone for like 3 months. I think Jadon Sancho is
Probably a good thing. He's gonna come back and be Dortmund.
Jadon Sancho still has the potential, but the potential is not there for him at Man United. So I think this transfer is a bust.
Mm-hmm.
8 goals, 4 assists in 52 games for a $100 million man who was like touted to be one of the best young up and coming English players. Do you remember how gross he was at Dortmund?
Yeah, he's still young.
I don't know. I really don't see it working out. Or not. I think Jadon Sancho really needs a move.
I think Ten Hag. Like I think this break he's gonna come back faster. I don't know. I think this thing away from the team is probably good for him. I feel like Ten Hag did it. He went to Netherlands. Ten Hag probably fucking get the fuck away.
But who do you have in his position? You have Anthony in his position, right? If you go on the
No,
left,
We got Martial right now
on the left or on the right?
on the left.
Because why? But why do you play Sancho on the left? I think
That's
he-
just where
he-
they've been
that is
playing
best on
'cause
the
he's
right.
cut in on the right.
But T-Cat, I think you're right. Just this one was a complete and total bust. Shipped him off, and hopefully he can salvage his career somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Ten Hag can still get something out of him.
I wouldn't even take him at Chelsea. I wouldn't, honestly. Like,
You
I
would.
wouldn't.
Mason Mount shit.
He was free though.
Ma-
He wasn't 100 mil. He was free though.
If you could get Sancho for free.
I bet you Mason Mount has better numbers than 8 goals, 4 assists in 52 games.
Yeah, but Mason Mount's shit.
Okay, buddy. Next up we have
The only time he's good is
one
double
to a
game week.
one to a similar tune. Jack Grealish, 117 mil. This one's a little more expensive, but 170 mil to a Man City. Lukaku level. Forget this ever happened. Bust or overpay, but potential is still there. Now, interestingly, you guys both went overpay, but potential is still there.
Yeah.
Now, elaborate.
He's been
Well,
playing good
we saw
lately.
in his last game 2 assists. It's still there.
Yeah, but he's passing to Holland.
It
That wasn't
doesn't matter.
That wasn't his last game. Their last game, they actually tied to everything.
Oh yeah, the 2 games ago.
2 games
Yeah.
ago.
But
You're welcome, Melon.
I think this one is definitely. I think you guys are right. They overpaid way too much. I would have paid 60 mil for Jack
Because
Grealish.
he's not a bad
I mean, at the
player.
time they bought him, though,
He was
fucking on
sick.
He
fire,
And-
was
so it kind of makes
next
sense.
And
but
that was the release clause, right? So it's not like.
yeah.
But I definitely think overpay, way overpay.
Yeah, it's an overpay, but he is still such a
But
good player.
recently, though, he's kind of picked up his
So-
socks.
Before
it?
that game against.
Did
Actually,
it?
no. Grealish has 7 goals and 6 assists in 58 games, so very close to Sancho. But he's in a way better team with Man U. Man City, sorry.
Whoa.
Jack Grealish, 7 goals, 6 assists in 58. Sancho, 8 goals, 4 assists in 52. But you said Sancho bust, but Grealish still has potential?
I've been seeing Grealish play a lot better now. It's
He
showing.
has.
Yeah.
It's showing. Like
So-
you even saw at the World Cup.
No.
They're fucking benching Phil Foden.
Now, let me ask you this question. Jack Grealish or Jadon Sancho?
Grealish.
Take that bias out. The numbers are very close. Again, 8 goals, 4 assists, 52, 7 goals, 6 assists, 58.
Right now, Grealish, I'm telling you, I'm not giving up on my boy.
You're not giving up on
I'm
Sancho?
not giving up on him.
Wow, interesting. I think Grealish.
Mark my words on the 5-back pod.
If I'm saying Sancho's a bust, I have to say Grealish is a bust. So I'm going to go bust. I think it just hasn't worked out. 117 mil for 7 goals and 6 assists is. I mean, look at Holland.
At the start, he was shit.
Yeah.
But now he's starting to pick it up more, so
Yeah.
we're starting to see.
Yeah, and it's a completely different
I mean-
system. I mean, at Villa, he was the
Yeah.
main guy. Everything went through him. He played
That's
to
the
him.
other thing.
Well, he's so good
Nothing
with his
goes-
feet.
I mean, also,
but-
Phil Foden's been so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was hard for him
And
to.
it was overshadowed.
It was
Yeah.
hard for him to get.
Well, that's what you get when you move
play
to City.
time. Yeah.
But I also think Grealish was never really a goal scorer. I think the assist levels are a little too low, but he's never really goal scorer. But interesting one there. Next up, Donny van der Beek's 30 mil move to Man U. Now, Lukaku level, let's forget this ever happened. Bust, overpaid, but potential still there. Van der Beek, 2 goals, 2 assists in 59 games for Man United.
I don't know.
So Lukaku level, which is like the worst transfer ever. Let's forget this ever happened. Like erases from our memory. Bust. He's just straight up a bust. And then overpaid, but potential is still there. You overpaid for him, but he can still come good at your club. I think this one's pretty easy. I don't think overpaid, but potential is still there. Is really the right one because you paid 39 million for him.
I picked that one, but we didn't overpay for him. I just
Yeah.
picked that one because I think.
That's my thing.
You think
I
he can
said
come
let's
there?
forget it ever happened because it wasn't an overpay, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
agree with you
just-
though. But Donnie needs to move on.
He just needs to play.
There's no hope for him. 2 goals and 2 assists in 59 games. Is he on the bench half the time?
He gets subbed in now. Actually.
Yeah, like I think he needs to go back to
He
Ajax.
needs a new start.
Let's forget this ever. He was so good at Ajax. You know, one of those people that made it to the semifinals of that famous Champions League run. But we got to forget this ever happened. It's probably one of the saddest downfalls. It's probably one of the saddest downfalls in recent memory. I know if Melon was here, he'd be in tears. But I mean,
I think he's like a Sancho. Give him some time. I
No,
think, under
he's
10
had
Hag.
some time. He went on loan to Everton. He
Fucking,
didn't
like,
play.
all of Man
He
United's
didn't get
gonna
into
say,
the
"Give him time,
Everton
give him
team."
time."
No.
He didn't get into the Everton team.
Yeah, under fucking Lampard piece. Of
So
Lampard shit.
it was last year when they had no midfield.
So
Yeah, I think this is probably this is a horrible transfer. This is almost.
it was
This-
a good transfer. It's just-
This is definitely let's
It-
forget this ever happened.
It was a steal because he was fucking gross at the time they signed him.
That's definitely a let's forget this ever happened. Next up, we have Antoine Griezmann to Barcelona for 120 mil. Now, Griezmann had 35 goals, 17 assists in 102 games for Barcelona. And both of you guys went with Lukaku
Because
level.
it literally is.
Now,
I think if you take his performance at the World Cup, that's a different story.
that's what I was just about to say. Lukaku
Different
level,
story.
I see because the price tag, and he was pretty
And he
rubbish.
loaned back to them.
But it didn't work. It didn't work at Barcelona. They overpaid by probably what 80 million, 60 million dollars, $60 million. They probably. I mean, he was fire at Atletico, but I think they probably paid $40 million maximum over. Like that's being generous. But we've seen him at the World Cup. Obviously, the potential's still there. He's back at Atletico. He's
But-
not bad. This money-wise, this transfer, Lukaku level,
yeah.
I'll give it to you. But elaborate.
I mean, even since he's been back at Atletico Madrid, I don't even think he's done that much either. Like, he's just a France national team legend. That's
true.
pretty much it. Other than his first
All of
spell
his-
at Atletico,
All of his best, like,
and like him at Barcelona,
work.
jack shit.
Yeah.
all of his best, like, playing time has been for France, it seems. So, like, I don't know if I ever want to step aside here again.
But 35 goals, 17 assists, 102 games, that's pretty bad. You want that to be in at least the 60s. But
Yeah.
I personally think didn't work out. Potential still there, or let's forget. But it's hard to forget.
I think he's coming
this is
close
definitely-
to the
Bro,
end,
it's Lukaku
end of
level,
his
bro.
career.
This is
so-
definitely-
same
yeah.
same transfer. You got
Yeah.
transferred and then loaned back to the
Yeah, but
club
at
they
least he
bought him from.
scored. At least he scored more than what? I don't even know how many Lukaku scored. Like 10 goals, 15 goals. But yeah, you're right. Definitely a Lukaku level transfer. But at least he was at Barcelona. At least he was at Barcelona for more than one season.
True.
Moving on to this one, really hurts my heart. Eden Hazard's transfer to Real Madrid for 115 million. Now this is good for Chelsea's monetary increase, but obviously one of my favorite players. 7 goals, 11 assists in 72 games. Obviously, injuries after injury after injuries. I think it's right what you guys put. They went with bust. I think this has just been the definition of a bust.
Hurts to say because he was so
Yeah.
good at Chelsea, but
I mean, I think, yeah. He hasn't even got to prove himself. He's been injured every 2 weeks. This one's the definition of a bust, I have
and
to
then
say.
Vinny comes in.
Like as a Man U fan, you hate Chelsea, but like he was like a type of player you just like
Love.
everyone
you were
seemed to
just like
love.
he's fucking.
Because he was so
it's
sick.
It's
It's
like
a respect thing.
he's like Mo Salah for me. Like I hate fucking Liverpool, but Mo Salah's just like
Yeah,
something
well,
about him. You
Past
fucking
Mo Salah.
love.
Not this year, Mo Salah, but...
No, but you just something
Yeah.
about Mo Salah. You just fucking
See, the
love.
thing about this one is the price tag's definitely right. Because it's coming from Chelsea. The price tag is
Yeah.
right. The output isn't there. 7 goals, 9 assists, 72 games. Again, 72 games, all competitions, mostly coming from the bench with like 10 minutes left. And then obviously the injuries after injuries after injuries. I think you guys got this one nail on the head. Bust.
There was this like a point I think this year where he was kind of like he came on twice or something, and like goal and assist and something. And
Yeah.
was like, holy fuck, he's back.
Yeah.
But probably
No.
got injured again. Or
Bust.
something.
Now this one is an interesting one.
My phone keeps turning on.
But
I know.
I think this one is probably the easiest one the second easiest one we have on there. This one is Kepa Arrizabalaга's $80 million move to Chelsea. Now, Kepa has 53 clean sheets in 173 games, and I think you got it right. Overpaid, but potential is there. Kepa, probably the worst goalkeeper of all time up until Graham Potter came in, and now he's looking friggin' lights out.
Yeah.
I mean, Mendy's been one of the best goalies in the league the past.
And he's
2
keeping him
years,
out.
And he just fucking
Yeah,
took
he's
his spot.
And he-
pushing him.
And it's not like he doesn't deserve it. He's looked so much
Yeah. He
better. I love what he does with his feet. Edward Mendy makes me shit my pants
Mendy was fucking stoned
with his feet. Yeah, he's like Diego Costa now.
kicking with cinder blocks.
Yeah, I mean, this one, spot on the head. Like, I mean, ask me, 3 months ago, Lukaku level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
now he's looking outstanding. And something about Graham Potter and Spanish goalkeepers. He gets him playing well.
You know who he needs to get playing well? Cuckoo.
Yeah, well, Kuko's not bad. Kuko's not playing bad. As P is.
He's playing pretty bad.
Well, yeah, he's not
playing like
he's
he's at
not playing
Brighton.
good.
He's not. That is another one. That is
Not Brighton.
that is an overpay right there. I think I don't even 50 mil we paid for him, maybe even 70.
Yeah, wasn't he like the most expensive fullback?
And yes, oh my god, and he's not. Yeah, he's
it's all for the hair.
so bad. And Ben Chilwell is so much better. Now that you say that price, he is.
Yeah.
It was a bad taste in my mouth. But we we really need to sign a right back.
Chilwell's fucking injury prone though.
Next up we have.
Man, your fullbacks, holy fuck.
Next up, we have Maguire's $87 million move to Man U. Maguire, 7 goals, 5 assists in 155 games, and he has 13,000
Oh, shit, I clicked a bunch.
He has
by
over
accident.
he has over
Why'd I get
13,000
it wrong?
over 13,000 minutes played for the club. Boys, I think did you both hit this wrong?
Well, I hit a bunch by accident. I meant to
Oh.
hit let's forget this ever happened.
You let's forget this ever happened, Jarrett? What are you saying?
I put overpay, but potential's still there.
Well, the thing is with Maguire, it's so weird. He has had the first season with Man U. He was good. Let's not forget it. He was good first season with Man U. He was good.
I think his first 2 he was good.
For 2, we seen a little dip, but yeah,
No, because that year, I think it was like 2020, he was
that was his first year, no, with the black badge. I think that was his
year before.
Well, anyways, 2020, he was sick. He didn't look 80 mil. He looked, but he looked
He was like
sick.
He was like top 3 defender.
He held that line, and then after that, we've just seen arrested in Greece.
It wasn't slow.
We've seen a massive downgrade, and then he plays for England, and you're like, okay, Harry Maguire in a back 5 is a good defender. He's a great defender in a back 5. It sounds bad. It sounds weird to say. He's a great defender in a back 5.
It's like for England, he's like one of the best defenders. One of the best defenders of the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then for Man U, Luke Shaw is better at center back than him.
Yeah, so I mean, overpay potential is still there. I get where you're coming from, but personally, I just think bust. He's a bust.
Bro, Luke Shaw's 2 clean sheets.
That's
center back.
That's what I'm saying. For club, if Luke Shaw,
At center back.
if you're paying 80 million for a center back who sits on the bench and Luke Shaw plays over him, you're a bust. You're just a bust. But I understand where you're coming from with overpay potential still there.
I
I
feel
just
like-
put potential there just from what he does for the
Yeah, and I
national
feel
team.
like every time he's on the pitch, every Man United fan's just clenching their butt cheeks. They're
And I like
"Fuck,
Luke Shaw at center back
here
too,
he
because
comes."
then Malacia could play. 'Cause I love.
What'd you
Malacia.
say, T-Cat, for this?
Oh, let's forget it ever.
Yeah,
happened.
okay.
And the resurgence of Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, I know. They've been talking about wanting to transfer him for
They're getting his price
ever.
tag up.
Next up, we have Ousmane Dembele and his $140 million deal to Barcelona. Now, Dembele, 37 goals, 41 assists in 171 games. Overpay, but potential is still there. That's what we're going for.
140 fucking million.
Yeah.
It's a shit ton of money.
But you still think there's potential for him to come good?
Yeah.
Honestly,
He is good. He's fucking injured.
I think this one's like Hazard. Well, I don't want to say it's like Hazard because the output is way more there. But maybe you're right.
He's also not 30.
Yeah,
something.
maybe
Yeah,
you're right.
He's still young.
First, I'm not against bust on this one. It's not Lukaku level because he's decent. Let's forget this ever happened. No,
I don't know
He's
if
had
it's
good
bust
spells, but
because when he
bust.
does play, he's good. He's just been injured so much.
That's the other thing.
so that's why I think he's a bust.
Cause like
You bought it's like you bought a brand new car that doesn't work. It's busted. It's a bust.
but like he played the last like half of last season,
And he went
finished
off.
like
He went
La
off.
Liga with like top assists or something. He's like, I don't know.
That one's a tricky one. I'd
And
say.
like I watched him.
Obviously, this is another.
Horrible World Cup final for him.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was like, this kid's like, other
Throughout the
than
World
Mbappe,
Cup.
he's like one of the second exciting players on the team.
Well, this is
Every
another
time he had the
person.
ball in
This is
his
another person you look at and you think Dortmund days.
Yeah.
You think Dortmund Dembele
Bless you.
as you sneeze. You think Dortmund Dembele was sick?
Yeah.
Price tag, I
He
think
was also like 18 at the time, so it was,
140
like,
mil.
fucking
Yeah,
booming.
140 mil. I think a little
That's-
expensive.
You can't really.
I think 100 mil, 80 mil for him would have been valid. Honestly, would have been valid. But I think this one is just a bust due to injuries.
Agreed.
And now for the easiest one on this
It's
quiz.
Lukaku.
We
I'm
have
ready. I'm ready.
Romelu Lukaku's $113 million move to Chelsea. Lukaku, 15 goals, 2 assists in 44 games. Just put it. Let's just.
I put all of them.
Yeah, it's Lukaku level. it's Lukaku level.
Put all of them. I put the one with his name in it.
I mean, might go down.
Worst transfer ever.
Might go down as one of the worst transfers ever. I think he played 2 seasons for us. We ship him back. He hasn't even played for Inter. He just came out with another interview saying he wants to stay at wants to stay at Inter. And that he had a horrible relationship with Tuchel. He told Boli about it, and now we are where we are. But that was the 5-Back Pod transfer ratings. Let me know if you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. You guys enjoyed that?
Well, we didn't see the standings.
It doesn't matter.
I finished second. I just saw.
But
Scoreboard.
did you guys enjoy that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scoreboard.
Okay. Now, a little FPL update if you want.
Nope.
The table has changed a lot since the last time we've done this. One of you boys is gonna have to read it out.
I'm in last place now.
T-Cat has dropped to last place. You don't have to read out the points, but
It is close.
it is
top to
close.
bottom or what?
Go top to bottom. Maybe read out the points.
So first, Connor Finnis, 1,123 points. Not bad. In second, we got Asshole Destroyers with 1,053. And we got Super Franks, 1,049. And then we got Road to Maglore with 1,032. And then we got Liam's All-Stars with 1,007.
And then coming in at last
And
place.
then in the last 2 spots that have to pay for dinner, Hanging by a Fred with 993 points.
Yeah.
And then it's Malakia with 975 points.
Now,
Ethan fell off.
Ethan, are you making any team changes?
I am.
Who are you bringing in and why?
I took Kane out because
After
don't-
the World Cup.
after
don't
the World
know.
Cup, I don't think he's going to be the same. So I brought in Ivan Toney.
Is that it?
No.
And he
then-
didn't even play today.
Yeah, I know. But then I also took out Trossard,
Mm-hmm.
and I put in Bukayo Saka.
That's a Saka's on fire. Arsenal on fire. And is that it?
That's it so far.
So this week, who are you boys captaining? I went with the risk of Mitrovic. Double game week for him. I didn't use my triple, but I'm captaining Mitrovic. Hopefully he can get me a bunch of points. You boys, are you just playing it safe with Haaland, or are you
Yeah.
taking a risk?
Playing it safe with Holland.
I went Holland in case Mitrovic doesn't score.
And did I mean, yeah, but he's got 2
I
games.
mean-
He's got 2 games to get more
My
points than
other
Haaland.
thing is,
I
what
think
if they healthy scratch him the other
Also,
game?
he's got 2 games, so he's a better. In my opinion, he's got a higher chance of getting higher amount of points than Holland,
So why wouldn't you captain him?
because then you have 2 players at high points.
And who surprised you this week? No one? Just the
I
regular
can't look
suitors?
back
Did
at
anyone do shit? I mean, I know Cancelo surprised me. He dropped 0 fucking
How do I
points.
even
there we
start.
go.
Like bastard.
I mean, Odegaard's been on fire.
Yeah.
The past 2 games.
Yeah. Jared, did you make any team changes? Bring anyone in? Is that
Yeah, I
anyone?
got
in?
rid of Kane and brought in Tony and Mitrovic because I didn't have him and
Yeah.
I wanted the double game week.
That's not bad at all.
But Tony looks like shit because he didn't play. So,
well, yeah. But
so that
now
wasn't
it's
a good
time to
trade,
go over the predictions.
the one thing I'm
Um,
good at.
We missed the Liverpool Brentford game today. Van Dijk subbed off at halftime. Brentford came out with a 3-1 win. That's amazing. But let's run over last week's. T-Cat went on an absolute run here. We'll do this quickly. So Brentford Tottenham, it was 2-2. None of us got that right. We all had Tottenham winning except for me. I had Brentford playing out a 1-0 draw. Ivan Toney, this is the game he went off. Looked good. Leicester Newcastle, we all backed Newcastle except for Melon. He went draw. Everyone got the score wrong except for T-Cat, who said 3-0 Newcastle. He's right on the nose. Crystal Palace Fulham. Now this one wagered between draw. I mean, 3 of us said draw, Jarrett, Liam, and I. Ethan 2-1 Fulham, and then Melon 1-0 Palace. 3-0 Fulham win. I mean, I think Mitrovic got 1 that game, so hopefully he can keep up that form. Everton Wolves. We all said Wolves, except for Melon and Ethan. Ethan went draw. Melon, of course, backed his Merseyside boys. None of us correct scorelines, though. Jarrett was close. there with 2-0. But
What,
Southampton,
that was what, 2-1?
yeah, it was 2-1. 2-1 Wolves. Southampton versus Brighton, 3-1 was the final score. We all backed Brighton, but only one of us got the correct answer, and that was Liam Hill, who's not here. But they will be joining us. We're getting a couple more mics in.
Who the fuck guessed 3-1?
But he said 3-1 Brighton, which honestly is a really impressive prediction, because who would have saw that coming? Aston Villa, Liverpool. I said Villa. Everyone else Liverpool except for Mellon, who said 1-1 draw. And Ethan Katsoulis, Mr. T-Cat. 3-1 Liverpool, correct answer.
Veins.
Arsenal, West Ham. It was 3-1 Arsenal. Everyone backed Arsenal except for me. I said 2-1 West Ham because West Ham just need to pick it up. I mean, they've spent so much money. They have such a good team. And they are, like, I think, just above the relegation zone by 1 point. I mean, yeah, T-Cat again. Or no, this one was Liam. Liam, 3-1 Arsenal, called it right. Chelsea, Bournemouth. I backed Bournemouth because, I mean, we can see why after the Forest game, but which we also didn't predict, sadly. But everyone else said Chelsea. T-Cat, bang on the nose. 2-0 Chelsea. 3-0 Man U. Oh, Jerry, you didn't even get this one. Everyone, this was Man United versus Forest.
Pick Forest.
This was Man United versus Forest. 3-0 Man U. I, of course, backed Iwaniwi and the Forest boys with a 2-1, but everyone said United. But T-Cat, bang on the nose again. 3-0 United.
What can I say?
Leeds City. We all backed City. I chirped Liam for thinking that Leeds would even score in this game. It was 3-1 City. Not as bad as we all thought. We all went upwards of pretty well 4 goals, 3 goals, but no one got that one right. We all said City. No correct score lines.
Well, who's
Okay, now we're back for predictions. Had to change the batteries on the board. Okay. 2-1 Newcastle. Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal?
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Leicester Fulham.
1-0 Fulham.
2-0 Fulham.
Well, I Captain Mitrovic. 3-0 Fulham. Mitro brace.
4-0 Fulham.
Everton Brighton.
2-1 Brighton.
1-0 Brighton.
3-0 Brighton. Man United Bournemouth.
3-1.
Man U.
Yes.
2-0 United.
2-0 United. I'll go 2-0 United as well. Southampton Forest. I want Awaniwi.
0-0.
1-1 draw.
Forest need to win this. I'm going 1-0 Forest. Leeds United West Ham.
Fuck.
3-1 West Ham.
2-1 Leeds.
I'm gonna go
They're
another team that needs a win. Skamaka. 1-0 West Ham. Aston Villa Wolves.
1-0 Villa.
1-0 Villa.
2-1 Villa. Crystal Palace Tottenham.
1-0 Palace.
3-1 Palace.
I'm gonna go.
Michael Olise, 2 assists.
I'm going 2-0 Palace, and then Chelsea, Manchester City.
3-1 City.
4-0 City.
I didn't want to say it, but I was going to say 4-0 City.
4-0 City. And then that brings us for those predictions. Hopefully this is working out. Okay, and now final for the 5-back quiz. It's another Kahoot, boys. This one is guess the transfer value of the player. Please do not put your answer until I read out all of the options of the transfer values.
Why?
So I can read
If you
them out.
answer first, you get more points.
No,
Do you have a napkin here or something?
No.
You're just gonna have to left-hander, bud.
After I read out all the options, you can click your answer. And
Okay, you should say go after you're done.
okay, I will. I'll say go. So basically, there's going to be a player, 4 options of their transfer value according to the official Transfermarkt website, and we're going to see who knows the value of other humans the best. Jared's gone with Nanny this time. Okay, here we go. Our first player of Guess the Transfer Value, first edition, is gonna
I
be
almost called you something.
Raphael
A Greek.
Varane. So Raphael Varane, 60 mil, 80 mil, 40 mil, 55 mil. Go.
Fuck.
Jarrett went 60 mil. TCAT went 55 mil. The answer, 40 mil. That is 0 points for the both of you. Fair valuation, 40 mil.
I guess.
No, I think it should be 55.
Yeah,
That's just
I
me.
think he's better than that.
Next player, Gabriel Jesus. Don't click it. I have to read it. 80 mil, 90 mil, 75 mil, 65 mil for Gabriel Jesus.
Fuck.
Wait, did you guys
No
get it?
way he's that much.
Oh, yeah, 75 mil for Jesus. Both these lads went with 65 mil. Jesus is ranked 75 million. Fair?
A little overpriced, but
Next, Kareem Benzema. 50 mil, 35 mil, 65 mil, 80 mil.
fuck.
Sorry, I clicked it.
Well, Jarrett got it right. 35 mil. T-Cat went with 60 mil. Again, the answer.
Do you know how old he is, dude?
The options were 50 mil, 35 mil, 80 mil, and 65 mil. Ballon d'Or winner.
Fucking Gabriel Jesus is.
Ballon d'Or
He's
winner.
young. Well, he's like 25, but
Ballon d'Or winner. Kareem Benzema, 35 mil. Jarrett leads the board. Next,
okay, I gotta knock.
Ryan Gravenberch. 30 mil, 55 mil, 50 mil, or 45 mil. You both went with 50 mil. Gravenberch is 30 mil. Obviously not playing at Byron.
Man, you buy him.
Yeah. So, Nanny's still in the lead. Next. Boys both got that wrong, by the way. Alan St. Maxim. 35 mil, 40 mil, 50 mil. Oh, there's two 35 mils. 35 mils, 40 mil, or 50 mil. The answer, 40 mil. TK getting it right. Jarrett went with 35 mil. I guess I baited him pretty good.
That was kind of tough.
But no, the answer was 40 mil for St. Max. Not bad. Next. Fakayo Tomori. 60 mil, 75 mil, 50 mil, 80 mil. The answer,
Only
50 mil.
What?
Jarrett went 75 and T-Cat went
Dude, make
60.
this guy lose points. Keeps freaking
It's close.
governing me.
It's close. It's close. Next, Robert Lewandowski. 30 mil, 45 mil, 40 mil, or 50 mil for Robert Lewandowski. And the answer is 45 mil.
Fuck, I almost clicked that.
You went with 40?
Yeah.
Oh, so Jared's walking away with it now. Next, João Cancelo. 75 mil, 85 mil, 80 mil, or 70 mil for João Cancelo. And no one guesses the right the right answer is 70 mil. Which one said 75? And then which one said 80? You?
Which one did I?
You said 80.
Oh, yeah, I said 80.
Yeah. 70 mil is the right answer. Jarrett's still in the lead. Next, Jules Koundé. 65 mil, 55 mil, 60 mil, or 70 mil for Jules Koundé. Ethan needs this.
Dude, I keep clicking it. It's not fucking working. No, I'm not getting scammed out here. Come on.
He's going with 70 mil, I think.
I am.
It's not working on his phone.
I'm going 70 mil, though.
The answer was 60 mil. So you wouldn't have got it right anyways. Jarrett basically walking away with this as we are on our last question of the quiz. Christopher Nkunku. 65 mil, 75 mil, 70 mil, or 80 mil for Nkunku to end off the first 5-back Kahoot quiz. What are you clicking?
75 mil.
You want 75. The answer is 80. Jared also went 75. But that's going to do it for this.
No, you cheated off me.
That's going to do it for this week's episode of the 5-back podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed.
Your predictions were shit. If you're betting, you fucking lose all your money.
I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you like the new studio. All the boys will
You
be
also
back.
bet on who wins, not the fucking score.
It's different.
all the boys will be back next week, and be sure to like.
The fuck is that?
Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, rate us 5 stars.
He's the guy with his phone.
That's Kalmatson Adoy. And we'll
True.
see you all
He's just a guy.
next week.